Hello, 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 hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to stream. Welcome, 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 welcome. It is what? What is it even? It is Saturday, the third of May, and what a load of piece of trash we just watched. Embarrassment, pathetic, shambolic. How else you can describe it? There are not enough words in this world to describe the embarrassment we just watched, witnessed, and all this stuff. Ødegaard, sell him as soon as possible. Mikel Arteta, sack him right now, in that tunnel, in the dressing room before the PSG game, because let's be real, it doesn't matter whether he is the manager for PSG game, whether he is not. With crap like this, no chance in hell we are getting past them, no chance in hell we are beating them. So today, on today's stream, we're gonna react, we're gonna rant, we're gonna get pissed off, and we're gonna do all that jazz. Basically, if you name it, you know it. We're gonna talk about Arsenal. So if you are new around here, of course, subscribe, smash the like button, all that good stuff, of course, and leave your thoughts down in the live chat below, because today we are venting massively. Big up Marlon. Marlon was here before even the stream began. Just fire everybody. I don't like watching Arsenal nowadays, man. I just keep pure boring crap. Robotic football, pass back to defense, shoot, miss, and nothing else. Pretty much try to forward is what is. Might as well just forfeit all the matches that we have left from today. Basically, just genuinely it is. That's what it is, because we are not getting past PSG with crap like this. We still have to play Newcastle after PSG, then we have to play Liverpool, and then we have to play Southampton. The way we are playing right now, no chance in hell we are beating even Southampton. No chance in hell whatsoever. We are playing Newcastle after PSG. What chances we are of winning them against them? What? Newcastle have something to fight for. Technically Arsenal do as well, by the way. At the same time, does it look like our players give a crap? Does it look like anyone gives a crap? I wouldn't say so. For me, I've been saying for the longest time. For a month. These remaining games in Premier League mean nothing. Result-wise. All I care is about performance. And after watching this bullshit, you expect me to be calm? You expect me to be normal? You expect me to be myself, happy Arsenal fan? You're off, you are nuts if you think about that. What did we just watch even? What did we even just watch? Big up YouTube censors. At least Jack Wilshere won his first game as a Norwich City manager. Yeah, Norwich win quite nicely today, to be honest. Big up to him. But hey, next Arsenal manager, Jack Wilshere. Wee, and all this crap. Let's be real, job for the boys. Wouldn't be surprised Arteta gets sacked. Cesc Fabregas, Jack Wilshere, someone like that is gonna become next Arsenal manager. If that is the case, I might as well be, I don't know, not watch Arsenal whatsoever. Let's be real, I don't want to watch Arsenal if we have jobs for the boys and all this crap. I want a winning manager, I want him right now. Don't give a crap about Arteta. Over my dead body, my ass. You cannot beat Bournemouth. You have scored 1 goal in 2 games against Bournemouth. Bournemouth have scored 4. What are your excuses for today? There are no injuries, no red cards, no nothing to use as an excuse. And you still cannot get the job done. Martin Ødegaard, what the hell is he doing even at this club? He cannot pass, cannot shoot, oh, but he got an assist, and all this stupid stuff you're gonna try to justify his performance today. How is he defending that corner when Evan Nilsson scores? What? Ball is coming from there, legit. Ball is coming from that side. He's standing like this. How can you cover anything? The movement, the ball, you're seeing nothing. And why the fuck is he even on the Evan Nilsson in the first place? Is it not pretty much evident that Evan Nilsson compared to Martin Ødegaard is like trying to compare a piece of paper to a rock? Like, what are we doing here? Utter and total bullshit. Ødegaard is useless. Arteta is useless. How is he still at the job? 15 million a year. For what? For this crap every single week? No rotation, no nothing. By the way, this dumbass bum moron Arteta puts out best possible starting 11. Genuinely, minus Merino and Timber, obviously, because he has a knock. Obviously, just like Mikel Arteta likes to do it, so gets injured every single player. This starting 11, best starting 11 potentially we have to secure the second. What a coward. Genuinely, Arteta is utter and total coward. Second place, third place, fourth place, who gives a crap? Your main game is the next week, on Wednesday, against PSG. Who gives a crap about this season anymore? Oh, we're gonna finish top 4, and to be honest, we might not even finish top 4. I don't see us beating Newcastle. I don't see us beating even Liverpool at Anfield. We haven't won there in 12, 13 years. How can we beat them? And Southampton, just, oh, the pressure will be off most likely against Southampton. Maybe we're gonna do something against them. But ultimately, what's the point? Like, seriously, what's the point? Look at this. We yielded our best 11. We couldn't even beat Bournemouth. And now in the league, we are sitting technically second. Yet at the same goddamn time, City are 3 points behind us. Newcastle are 2. Newcastle have game in hand. They win that game, only 2 points. Guess what? Next game's against Newcastle. Chelsea are 7 points behind. Imagine if Chelsea gets to us. Forest. Yes, they have very rough time at the moment. Still 7 points behind us. 4 games to go. Still doable. They have a game in hand. Like, it is possible we finish third or finish fourth. Finishing second, what's the difference? We have gone way back. We cannot score. We cannot defend. We cannot do anything on this pitch. And all is genuinely everything is because of this bum-ass manager we have. A rookie manager who we technically cannot even call rookie anymore. 5 years in charge, 5.5 years. And what he has to show for it? 700 billion pits down the drain, half of it probably on his hair gel. Maybe something on plastic surgeries. And rest of it on win the dog. That's all he has to show for it. Oh, he won the FA Cup. Yeah, and he has binned every single player that won him that goddamn FA Cup, starting with Aubameyang. He doesn't have any single player who played semi-finals or finals in that game besides Tierney. And he doesn't even rate Tierney. Oh, he cannot invert. How about you take inversion, shove it up your ass, and leave the club? How about that? I don't see Inzaghi inverting. I don't see Ancelotti inverting. Pep isn't inverting as much anymore. Arne Slot doesn't invert as much. We only invert. We have this weird fetish that inverting is the necessary thing to win the games. We cannot beat West Ham at home. We cannot beat Bournemouth at home. Everton at home. We cannot beat any of these teams at home with our best 11s put out. So what are we even doing here? Ødegaard, he cannot pass, cannot dribble, cannot shoot, weak. He's weaker than my 6-year-old, for fuck's sake. So what are we even doing here? And this is our so-called captain or of the team? What example does that show for the rest of the team? If the captain cannot even do any, he barely can, the only things he can do is arm waves, hair flicks, and rub his snot into his hair so he can save some money on his hair gel. Let's be real, he gets 240 grand a week, probably doesn't need to save money on hair gel, but he can use his snot as hair gel and he saves about 5 quid a week. What's the only difference? Why does he need anything? Like, I'm sick and tired of this shit. Yet there will be top gunners who will try to justify all this crap today. Oh, well, this and that, focus on PSG, Ødegaard got an assist, Mikel Arteta still best looking Spaniard we know. Not gonna lie, if Arteta gets sacked, I hope those top gunners leave with him. What future can we think about if there are legit YouTube and Twitter accounts with handles like King Arteta? Arteta is the best looking Spaniard, Arteta is beautiful even. What are we even doing here? Some have profile pictures of shirtless Mikel Arteta. How comes you're backing this manager so much? You don't even back your own family that much. You didn't back Wenger that much. And let's be real, if you're backing Arteta this much, you probably have never seen Wenger at the wheel. Never ever. Like, what are we doing here? Utter and total embarrassment. I would give job to Patrick Vieira. He has Arsenal running in his veins. His appointment with a huge response from the players and supporters. I get the reasoning. For me personally, right, is the thing is that I don't want legends of the club as the managers. Because that partially tarnishes their legacy at the club as a player, and if they don't perform, the fan base will turn on him to some extent. So I'm not a fan of that. PSG lost. Both teams know their season will be decided on Wednesday. If we had Gyökeres last season, things will be different. Now keep the fight on Wednesday night. Wednesday night, shove it up your ass. We've yielded this 11 against Bournemouth. Look what PSG put out against Strasbourg. PSG lost today. And all this crap. Look the 11 that they put out. Safonov, Tape, Beraldo, Hernandez, Mayulu, Kangin Lee, Zaire Emery, Neves, Baye, Ramos and Barcola. Only player that probably is gonna start on the during the week is Neves. They changed their whole 11. And look at the bench. Fabian Ruiz and Doué came on as subs. That's about it. Kvaratskhelia didn't play, he was on the bench. Vitinha was on the bench. Pacho was on the bench. There is no Donnarumma on the bench. No one else is on the bench. None of the guys are on the bench. They rotated their whole 11. Oh, but PSG lost. And who gives a fuck? PSG have won the league already. So they don't have to play for anything there. They can rest their whole 11 in terms of Champions League. Come on, man. Stop these bullshit excuses all the time. Yeah, Bournemouth completed double over us. 2-0 away, 2-1 at home, at our ground. 4 goals scored, 1 conceded. Based on how it should be other way around, let's be real. But Arsenal don't care about that. They don't give a crap. There's no argument about that. Useless, pathetic, and embarrassing. Look at this. Stat of the day. Arsenal have conceded 48%, 48 fucking percent of their Premier League goals from set pieces this season, with no side conceding a larger percentage. Where is the set piece coach then, who has mural outside the Emirates and all this crap? Where is Jover? Oh, it's all fine when we score from set pieces, but how about defending them? We haven't scored a set piece when it feels like 55 years. Let's be real. And then we concede all the time from set pieces. Like, what are you doing in training? How are you planning these things? Why is Ødegaard having Evan Nilsson? And by the way, the first goal we scored was from a throw-in. Where, who was it? I don't remember who took the throw-in. Tavernier or someone. He took a throw-in from pretty much from the corner flag. Huijsen jumped out and bang! Far corner. And by the way, if you watch the replay, if Raya makes the save, there were 2 Bournemouth players on the far corner to make the tap in case it gets saved. Vieira has already said he wants to manage Arsenal. Nobody is forcing him into doing something he doesn't want. Vieira is a huge respect from footballers. 100%. But for Arsenal, if you want to be an Arsenal manager the way, at least in my opinion, you need to have merits. You need to have titles. You need to have trophies. You need to have a legacy behind you. Let's be real. What Vieira has? Nice? Crystal Palace? Now he's at Genoa, if I'm not mistaken. He hasn't done anything. Same goes for Thierry Henry. Some people want Thierry Henry. He has done nothing. Got to a final with France under 21s, but the football also was on occasion questionable in Olympics. Let's be real. So there is many things left to be desired. Many things. I don't want an unproven manager. I don't care if it's an Arsenal legend who wants to come in. Give me a proven manager who has proven track record, who has won things, and who's gonna win much more. I don't want these experiments anymore. This Arsenal team currently is like Belgium under Martinez. Golden generation. Not the same comparisons, but you will get the parallels basically. Golden generation. Best opportunities, best team in basically 2 decades, let's be real, and they couldn't do anything. Same goes for Arsenal. Best team, best opportunities, best team arguably in a decade and a half, if not in 2 decades, and they still cannot get the job done. Because there is some bum-ass manager at the wheel. Ironically enough, Martinez is Spanish as well, by the way. Like, give over. Genuinely give the fuck over. I cannot... There is not enough words to describe the anger I'm feeling right now. It's actually kinda insane. I believe the squad is suffering because they all know we need a quality number 9 up front. Merino is not the finished article. He's a stand-in because he has no number 9. that worry defenders. I get the reasoning. At the same time, you not need to have alternatives. You need to have plan B, plan C, plan D. And to be honest, no number 9 in 3.5 years since you like a moron binned off Aubameyang is inexcusable for Arteta. This is all on Arteta, let's be real in that regard. And if you want to look even deeper at that, it's on Kroenkes for hiring this bum-ass Arteta in the first place. How can you spend about 500 million since you have basically binned off Aubameyang and not sign a striker for Arsenal Football Club? A club that used to be well known for world-class elite level strikers? How can you do that even? Think about it. Kevin Campbell, may he rest in peace, Ian Wright, Anelka, Adebayor, Bergkamp, Thierry Henry, Robin Van Persie, to some extent as well Giroud, to some extent Alexis Sanchez, Aubameyang of course. The list goes on and on. How is this a thing? How is this a thing? Who we should get a manager, it's slim pickings. It's not slim pickings. Getting a manager is almost like signing a player. Money talks. You think Emery was available to manage United? He's not. He wasn't. They paid more money. They buy out his contract and they brought him here. First time we signed Arteta, Ancelotti was available. Second time we signed Arteta got an extension, Ancelotti was available then. Well, Emery signed and Ancelotti was available. Hansi Flick, Nagelsmann, Conte, Allegri. Well, maybe not Conte now, but then. Allegri. Inzaghi at Inter is on what? 6.5, 7.5 million at the moment. Arteta gets double that for doing nothing. Buy out his contract, give him 15 million if you really want to. Do you really think Inzaghi wouldn't come to Arsenal if you pay him 12 million? You really think that? Zidane is available as well. Oh, but he doesn't want to coach in England and learn English. Just fuck off. Money talks at the end of the day. Let's be real. Everyone's available if you pay the right money. It's just that Kroenkes want to penny pinch every single goddamn time. They want to penny pinch every single time when it comes to this. It's not a coincidence that all of a sudden we are hearing, oh, next season Havertz might drop into midfield, which means technically Arsenal will have to sign one less midfielder, isn't it? And it's all that crap they tried to pull it just to save some money. Alonso is going to Madrid apparently. It looks that way. Jonathan Tah for free is going to Madrid as well, by the way, on top of that. Ancelotti will become available. Whether he's going to retire or go somewhere else, nobody knows at the moment. Because the Brazil job is, the talks have broken down. He's not going to coach Brazil. It looks like they're going to get Jorge Jesus or someone, whatever his name was, from Saudi League, whose contract ends in this year. Al Ahly's main coach, they might get him. And everything. So managers are available. It's just the question is, does this club have any ambition? Do they want to move forward? Do they want to win the trophies? Do they want to have achievements, merits by their name? It sometimes feels like they want to just get top 4 and get the money. I'm not too sure whether they want. They have invested 750 million in this paella pussy ass, Mikel Arteta. Oh, but he got the. You think other managers don't win something with that money? You really think so? If Wenger got that money, he definitely wins Premier League. Let's be real. He definitely wins more cups. Emery would have won more. If you sign someone like Flick at the time when he was available, if you get Nagelsmann even now and give him nearly $1 billion, let's be real, he's winning you stuff. You need a proven winner, not experimental kindergarten graduate. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? To be honest, I feel we are repeating the tail end of Wenger's time at Arsenal. As long as he got Arsenal into Champions League, he was not good. Exactly, that's the same thing. Only thing is, we are not getting even cups right now. And by the way, this is something I favorited because look at this. Look at this. Rough scenes at Emirates. Fans fighting next to me at the North Bank. I think it's bank, not back, I would assume. And loud boos directed at Mikel Arteta. Let's be real. For the whole tenure, for the last 4 or 5 years, Arsene Wenger was here. It was Wenger ins versus Wenger outs. There are fights in the stadium, outside the stadium, in the toilets of the stadium, everywhere. Everyone was booing the manager, the performances. There were banners in the Emirates. There were banners for airplanes flying over Emirates. And I think it was also over Goodison Park saying, Wenger out. Wenger, it's time to go. And everything. Time is up. There were those things. How long till this fan base actually wakes up and realizes that Mikel Arteta is not the man for that job? He's not good enough. He's pathetic. He's not gonna win you anything. There is no track record of him doing so. The team is sheer reflection of the manager. Not good enough. The team is sheer reflection mentally of the manager. As soon as it gets tough, they fold. Mikel Arteta was pleading to Sky Sports yesterday for support to produce this bum-ass performance. What are we doing here? Like, serious talk, what the fuck are we doing? All this tifo talk that made Arsenal even a bigger laugh stock, the video before the PSG at home, and we put out that? Now Bournemouth performance, of course the Everton, Brighton performances, like, give over. Screw Arteta, Kroenke, Ødegaard, y'all not doing anything, not this club. Exactly, they're doing nothing. And that's what's the biggest frustration in all of this. Party playing striker, no backup. Most important players are awful. Ødegaard, who does absolutely nothing on the pitch, starting over Vanjeri. Yeah, Vanjeri as well, by the way. Ethan Vanjeri, what does this guy have to do to start the game? What does this guy have to do to start the game? What does Ethan Vanjeri have to do to start the bloody game? Ødegaard can drop a stinker. Left, right, center, every place you can go, and still he starts over Vanjeri. I'm not gonna lie, if I was in Vanjeri's shoes and see Ødegaard dropping those stinkers, I'm talking to the manager. And if he doesn't give me game time, I'm handing in transfer request. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't stand for this shit. Vanjeri is one of the hot prospects, one of the brightest prospects in last 2-3 years coming out of Hayland. At the same time, Arteta is screwing him over. He even got a chance by luck because of us. Whole Arsenal fan base is behind Ethan Vanjeri. They want him to play, they want him to perform. Yet Mikel Arteta doesn't play him. He doesn't like youth. Because as soon as Vanjeri performs, especially if he plays 10, which is his natural position, and he outdoes what Ødegaard is doing, instantly Arteta looks like a fool. Ødegaard looks like even a bigger fool. Let's be real, Arteta has this complex where he doesn't like being proven wrong. Even when he is wrong, he won't admit it. And that is what's killing this team quite rapidly this season. And by the way, this game today was a sneak preview that how it's gonna look next year if things don't change rapidly. It's a question basically now. Either we act right now and do the right thing, or we enter years of suffering, pretty much. Let's be real. Arsenal already died, never win a trophy, next loss by PSG 4-0. I wouldn't be surprised. Big up Wozen, wouldn't be surprised. Genuinely wouldn't be surprised. The fans always boo the manager, the team when we lose at home. If we win Wednesday night, this will be forgotten. Let's be honest, as it stands now, we are as good as Barcelona or Inter Milan. We are nowhere near good. We are not as good. We should be. Because if we kept the plays how we played 2 years ago, we would be where they are. We would be in the same conversation. On top of that, nothing is gonna get forgotten. It's only top gooners that forget that one win erases whole bad memories. People like to look through the tunnel vision. They win, okay, rest around, doesn't matter. How about you look at the overall picture? One win means nothing at the end of the day. Arteta wins Champions League. He gets the, statue outside the Emirates. I still want him gone. Long term. Let's be real, I still want him gone. One-off game, okay, cool, we won, best day of our lives. Let's be real, because we have never won Champions League. I still want Arteta gone. He's still not good enough. He won Champions League, how can he not be good enough? In one-off game, a Sunday League team can beat professionals as well. And to be honest, if we get even to the finals against Barcelona or Inter, we don't have a sniff of a chance whatsoever. Let's be real. We need a proper manager who can do proper things, not these wishy-washy wannabe managers. Yes, Arteta out. Bro, ain't no way, changes no sign of getting better, same old fucking crap, just forfeit the pretty only good thing to come from this is we won't finish second. It looks that way. Let's be real, it looks that way. If you look at the league, which is again screwed up a bit, look at this. Second place, 67 points. 3 points ahead of Man City. Newcastle have game in hand. If they win that game, 2 points behind. Chelsea, by the way, if they win game in hand, only 4 points behind. Villa and Forest, okay, Forest more specifically, if they win the game they have in hand, 4 points behind. And next 2 games for Arsenal are Newcastle at home, but at home away means nothing given that we play Newcastle. And we have Liverpool away, where we haven't won in 13 bloody years. So I have no expectations of finishing second this season. But top Gunners will say, oh, as long as we finish second and all this stuff, it's all cool. We can finish third, but the top Gunners will say, look, we finished in semi-finals of the Champions League. Look. It's progress. It's not progress. It genuinely is not progress. Oh, we finished in semi-finals in Champions League. At the same time, the same top Gunners were saying, sack Mikel Arteta if he wins nothing. And he's not going to win anything this season. And then again, oh, but the context. All of a sudden, there is context. We need to win this. We have injuries, red cards. My nan has rogue hair on her head. They need to be dyed. She doesn't like them. My goldfish has a marriage and all this stuff. They see in couples counseling. They will find every single fucking excuse in the world to keep this manager at the wheel. Suck this clown. Exactly. Arteta out. Big up Pepper. 100%. Get new manager, Inter manager at this point. Exactly. It doesn't matter anymore. It's Arteta on Inter. Based on how we play, it doesn't matter till the end of the season. 25 inside. Hit the likes. Big up everyone. If you haven't already, subscribe and hit the likes. Big up everyone. But oh my god, look at this stat. 48% of Premier League goals we have conceded comes from set pieces. Where is Jover now? Everyone likes to suck off Nicholas Jover for scoring goals and all this stuff. Where is the defense? Where is the defense? And we are not scoring even attacking goals anymore from corners. We have been sussed out as well. Where is the defense on these situations? Where are they? We saw how defense today works on set pieces. One was a throw-in from the corner flag pretty much. We conceded that. And by the way, 2 men were unmarked on the far post as well, just in case Raya saves it. And then Ødegaard is doing WWE, I don't know what move there, against Evan Nilsson. It was like pretty much like Rey Mysterio versus The Undertaker, and Undertaker pretty much tombstoned him on the ground, and he scored 2-1. And how Ødegaard is defending these corners. Ball comes from there and he's looking it like that. If ball is there, how can you see where the ball is coming from and where it is going? Like absolute embarrassment, man. Absolute patheticness, embarrassment, and absolute, I don't even know. As it stands, we are one of the top 4 teams in Europe without a recognized number 9. Also, our goal difference is way better than Man City's. Everyone calm down. Would you swap with Spurs or United? Oh, bloody hell. Oh, my God. Oh. Oosa. Namaste. Okay, moving on. Swiftly moving on. I don't give a crap about United and Spurs. Worst part is they can win a trophy this year. Both of them. Spurs can win a trophy. United can win 3 trophies in 3 years. We have nothing in 3 years. Oh, we finished second without a striker. What a trophy. You can frame it on your wall and hang it there. My damns assess for confusing freaking crap and Arteta just scared to drag this club. Yeah, we are done. No top 4, no cup. No cups whatsoever. At best, we gonna finish top 4. The question is, where we gonna finish in the top 4? Because so far the second doesn't look like anything. It does look like it's gonna happen. I agree, Marlon. I'm not hearing this right now. Exactly. Big up. Oh, Man United fan. Oh. Big up to you to get into finals. Still unbeaten in Europa League, by the way. Big up to Manchester United. They are on the cusp. If they get past Bilbao at home without losing, they are on the cusp almost on winning 3 trophies in 3 years. And they have gone to 4 finals in 3 years. 3 finals under Ten Hag and 2 trophies. 1 final under Amorim and potentially 1 trophy. That's how nuts it is. And all those teams are in decline. They are a mess currently. There's no argument about that. United, Spurs and all these teams. Yet at the same bloody time, they are still winning stuff. Well, not maybe Spurs, that's a bit different story. And let's be real, Spurs most likely in the final are gonna lose to United because United, when it matters, they kind of actually can't step up for some goddamn reason. But United can win it. Have we won shit? Man U has 2 trophies these past fucking years, an FA Cup, EFL, European trophy. We haven't won shit years, just challenges and... Exactly. Well, I'm trying to. Yeah, Arteta out. Hey, yo, Man United. Glazers out. You want Arteta instead of Amorim? Maybe you want to swap? We got knocked out of FA Cup by United. It happens. It happens. The way we got knocked out, it doesn't happen. You're either good or you're shit. It's pretty much evident that most of the time, Eddie Howe can school Mikel Arteta easily. It was also the year when we played in 22-23 season, when they came to our ground, first 15 minutes, they were going basically end-to-end football. Eddie Howe saw that, right? Bang. Instantly 4-5-1, 5-4-1, shut up shop, game ended in a draw. And he showed blueprint how to that season shut down Arsenal. If I'm not mistaken, that was the first draw we suffered at Emirates that season as well. And now we look this season, now that Newcastle has money, proper players. Their midfield is billion times better than ours. Their attack is billion times better than ours. And they absolutely schooled us. Absolutely schooled us. From left to right. We're gonna win the Champions League. Well, big up, Saya. Big up. I admire your belief. I'm not gonna lie. I really admire your belief. I hope we do. I don't want to be this negative, toxic, to some extent, ranting guy who says Arteta out, Ødegaard, just sell him right now and all this stuff. But the evidence over the last 2 years more specifically just shows that it's not gonna happen. He is not good enough. He's not gonna get it over the line. Ain't nobody give a fuck about United, Spurs or Chelsea, bro, and fucking Arsenal. In that regard, yes, but at the same time, those 3 teams can win a trophy before Arsenal. Think about it that way. Chelsea have won Champions League even whilst Arteta has been here. We hope you win Champions League. You want to play us in the Super Cup and beat us, right? That's why you hope this, right? That's why you hope this. I didn't know you was live, but I'm here. Big up socials, big up. I try to stream every single day at 8 p.m. UK time. Every single day. Arteta skipped on giving Ranieri a start in midfield and getting more minutes on to supposedly key player legs to lose the game. Yeah, he yielded his best 11 to lose. Basically, that's what it is. I was late to this Robo Live too. It's hard when several of your favorite tubes go live. Oh yeah, I totally know this. I have the same thing. I legitimately have the same situation going on when I am not streaming. I'm watching other things. So many teams are better than us and our attack is so bad in comparison to theirs. It stops marrying that we can lead. Exactly. And think about it. Arsenal, if you look our attack only, right? Especially when Saka was injured, right? Even today to some extent, let's be real. We have arguably mid-table level attack at best, because Crystal Palace have better attack, Brentford have better attack, Nottingham Forest have better attack, obviously. Many teams have better attacks. Midfield-wise as well, it's like, I would say top 10 midfield. It's not even top 6 midfield to some extent. Because we have basically two-man midfield. Our third midfielder doesn't exist, and that instantly puts us down quite heavily. Big up Kwame as well, big up Boyton. Rob, 51 years an Arsenal fan, it was a big embarrassment. Bournemouth have done the double over us. Arteta makes me sick. Big up to you, Kwame. Nothing more than facts. This is straight up facts. Bournemouth do the double. What's the excuse today? No Saliba red cards, no injuries, best 11 yielded as possible, pretty much besides maybe Merino at striker. What's the excuse today? Oh, our heads are to Champions League? So if our heads were in Champions League, why the hell you're playing the best 11 then? Teach Europe a lesson. Dude, we have no pedigree in Europe. What can we teach them? We have no pedigree in Europe besides getting panned by Bayern Munich 10-2. And last year we got eliminated by the worst Bayern Munich team in last decade, whilst having the best Arsenal team in last decade or 15 years. Like, what are we saying here? Just yesterday I told you we would lose. Yeah, I said it would be 2-2. I said I have no idea where the goals are going to come from, but I expected a 2-2. I'm not going to lie. I was wrong. Arteta out, if no Champions League. Big up Rizzy Mag, big up. Arteta out either way. To some extent, let's be real. It basically, in 5 years, nearly almost $1 billion spent. Let's be real, after this summer it's going to be $1 billion. One trophy doesn't cut it anymore. You need doubles now. You genuinely need doubles as well. In no other league in Europe would the teams finishing 16-17 be playing each other in the Europa League final. That's how poor the Europa League is this year. It's a big transfer window ahead. Yes, Europa League is weaker this year because Champions League teams don't drop there anymore with the new format. At the same time, you can only beat what's in front of you. And let's not forget the Borussia Dortmund team that were almost relegated from Bundesliga. I think it was 2012, 2013 or 2014 season. Now my memory might be a bit tripping on the year. But they got to semifinals. In Champions League, by the way, not Europa League. So it is doable. It's nothing new. Many teams that are not doing that so well in the league do very well in Europe competitions. Emery as well with Sevilla when he did the treble basically, winning it 3 years in a row. He was not in top 4 consistently. He was about 7th, 8th as well. Like, it's not an uncommon thing in that regard. When you don't get bad 4-0 in the EFL Cup, get knocked out. We got knocked out by United in FA Cup as well. Ødegaard missed 2 times from 2 yards out. I've decided I'm going gym on Wednesday. I'm not wasting my time. PSG have done serious homework on us. The day the nerds don't even understand, they will beat us 3-0 quite comfortably, just like Newcastle. And that is for me my biggest worry. That for me is my biggest worry. Newcastle and PSG, they might not play the same style, the same level and stuff like that. At the same time, they have the perfect blueprint to annihilate us. The perfect players and perfect combination. We haven't got any excuses to lose like that. Exactly, there are no excuses. No excuses, none whatsoever. As I just said, best 11 possible, no red cards, no injuries, everything that's possible. Arteta basically put this 11 out today not to lose the second place, to keep the chances of finishing second. Because he is reading on social media that all these top gooners say that finishing second is progression still. Finishing 3 times in a row, it's like what Wenger did before, because he finished 3 times in a row in the second place, and next year he won the league. Yay! Arteta is the new Wenger, guys. Let's get him behind him. Pause. And yeah, you ring around the rosy and all this crap. You know, I just want to say Arteta out, exactly. Sack him right now before the game. It doesn't matter. We have Arteta as the manager, Erpod Albert, Jover, I don't know, Nicholas Bentner as the manager, or Gunnosaurus. It doesn't matter. We're not gonna do anything. Even Harry Kane has won a trophy. He has won Bundesliga. He has won it. Okay, ironically enough, the Golden Boot is a cannon, which is quite funny in that regard, but hey, hey, haha, but he still has a trophy. It took him 30 odd years, but he finally has won a trophy. And at this pace, how we are doing things, Bukayo Saka is on the course on the same thing. Yes, he is quite a bit, about 7-8 years behind him. At the same time, he's on the same course. At least at how Arsenal are doing things right now. I demanded a 2-0 because Arteta was going to pick a strong side. Yeah, you demanded that and you got 2-1 loss. Go on, at least draw the game. Exactly, at least draw the game. A loss is actually better because now people have to deal with it instead of talking about XG. By the way, the XG for this game, is it there? Where's stats? There's no XG on this page. But yeah, it's stats. And by the way, the giddy morons that say PSG lost today. PSG lost today to Strasbourg 2-1. Everyone's super happy. Look at the stats and all this crap. Look at the 11 PSG put out. This is the 11 PSG put out today. Ramos, Barcola, Mbaye, Mayulu, Lee, Zaire-Emery, Neves, Hernandez, Beraldo, Tape, and Safonov. Only player that's gonna play, most likely, on the week during the week is gonna be Neves. They changed their whole 11. Ligue 1 is wrapped up, they don't need to play for anything. Fabian Ruiz came on as a sub, Doué and Camara came on as a sub. Kvaratskhelia didn't play, Vitinha didn't play, Pacho didn't play, Donnarumma is not even on the bench, and players like that. Let's be real. Who is the real winner here? Like, come on, man. Serious talk. Inzaghi, Xavi or Allegri, make your pick. Bring them all in together, don't care. Bring them all three. Big up views, big up. If you haven't already, go subscribe to Views Sports. Views on Sport. Go subscribe to the guy, top guy. Hit the likes, by the way, hit the likes if you haven't already, and subscribe if you're new around here. I know, I should have. But that is something, I just, it's not me. I don't go in other people's streams and say, hey, go subscribe to me, I have a channel and all this stuff. That's not me. If a person I watch, that person knows I have a channel. And that person usually has said that I can say that I have a channel, I can speak freely about it. But I don't want to kind of steal the thunder and all that crap. You get what I mean. One FA Cup, exactly, one FA Cup is not good enough nowhere near. This coach is finished his cycle, he's run over, he's out of date, and he won't change because he's lack flair. RC match. He has nothing, only hair gel in his hair. I would love Harry Kane coming to Arsenal for a season or two. Top striker, also Osimhen scored 2 goals today, 33 this season. We need a striker, exactly. I wouldn't say no to Harry Kane. He's an Arsenal fan, by the way, if you didn't know. Our academy player used to be. Arsenal basically terminated Harry Kane's contract only because they thought he was too chubby. Serious talk. That's the only reason why we terminated Harry Kane's youth contract. Because he was too chubby and stuff like that. Sizists, man. And yeah, and Osimhen as well would be fantastic. But I'm reading today from Turkey and Galatasaray fans that the Galatasaray has enough money. They have raised enough funds to sign Osimhen full time. So there's a possibility that Osimhen is fully going to go to Galatasaray. They played Zaire-Emery, that clearly aren't taking it seriously. Arteta meanwhile is too scared to play Ranieri, might lose second. Exactly. Might lose second. Nobody cares you finish second, third, fourth. It's still Champions League. You get few millions less. Who the fuck cares? Well, to be honest, Top Gunners care because they consider league position a progress. And in the beginning of the season said if they finish behind Manchester City, Arteta should be sacked. We already have finished behind Man City to some extent because Man City haven't won the league, so he should be sacked by default. But now that it is now April and we are in this situation, goalposts are starting to move. Oh, but injuries, oh, but red cards, oh, but signings and everything. But we are gonna lose anyway. Bro, no Prem, no European, not even Conference League or Europa League. We couldn't even beat and wash Chelsea in 2019. To be honest, that Chelsea wasn't that washed. At least that one. That was Hazard masterclass, let's be real. To be honest, they got Giroud and still won everything. In FA Cup first round, Bola Prem last season, the first. Yeah, we usually go out in second or third or fourth round in those competitions. That is Arteta's special every single season. Arteta has his favorites. He doesn't. He doesn't. He especially. Yeah, he has this. Those are the players I call the undroppables. If you can walk or crawl, even you are gonna play. And those are Saka, Ødegaard, Saliba, players like that, right? And Ødegaard obviously is his long lost child and everything, and he will definitely not get. Plus, if Managerial plays instead of him and looks like and he actually does well, Arteta looks like a fool, because a 17-year-old is outdoing his captain. Arteta, we probably will finish. There's a big possibility of that, I'm not gonna lie. Arteta can't get us over the line. We already knew, yeah. Ødegaard is big time Arteta favorite. Manager is compromised. Dude, the captain is the reflection of the manager. And that says a lot, doesn't it? Martin Ødegaard can't do one thing. Yeah. We have no business in the Champions League with this manager. Big up John, and totally agree. To be honest, to some extent, we have business in Champions League, but not with this manager. And we can say it that way, because we have done good in Champions League. The thing is, we just for the first time in what? In 16 years, 17 years, we have made it to semi-finals. Only third time in our history. And that's why everyone is so giddy. This should be a regular occurrence for Arsenal. It's just the fact that we haven't been in Champions League for quite some time. And now we are there 2 years in a row, and all of a sudden we think like we own the place. That is also the thing. It's either Arteta is a spy or he's a fool. Well, he can be both, to be honest. Marlon didn't know his favorite called Oli. No, he has his favorite. Unless we can get an A-rated top manager, what is the point in getting rid of Arteta? So nobody is better than Mikel Arteta in your mind. Everyone is worse unless it's Pep Guardiola or Jurgen Klopp or someone like that, right? Nobody is better. How about give someone else a chance? We gave a kindergarten graduate basically a Ferrari. That's what it was. How comes you don't want to give a guy who has finished college now a Ferrari? How comes you don't want to do that? Once again, you ballers. Big up Billy, and couldn't agree more. It hurts to say this, but I couldn't agree more. The way why we right and pressed to get him sacked from the last season when we should have got sacked for bowling the Prem when we could have won it, making Saka and have it. Arteta said himself, don't sell for second. Don't sell for anything less than perfection. Demand the best. I am demanding the best, but apparently some people in this fan base don't want the best. They are happy where they are. Ødegaard will never be dominant. He's around Kovacic level. He needs to be a sub. So why he failed at Madrid, he failed. Exactly. It's the mentality. It's all in the mentality. Go on PSG, dude. Why you do this, Billy? Why? Big up G-Wills. Big up. Where are the changes? Arteta been this season? His Arsenal's greatest opponents he had to get. This is the biggest question. He was no problem starting Sterling and players like that against and Zinchenko and everyone against Brentford, yet he wants to put the best 11 against Bournemouth. Like, make it make sense. You could argue the second game is more important now than the first game, yet he still puts the best 11 out. Ødegaard isn't good enough. Let the pro Arteta fool say anything. Dude, Ødegaard needs to be shipped back to Sociedad or Cadiz, Granada, La Coruña, Gymnasium, wherever. He doesn't do anything. You London Southern softies are as bad as Spurs, West Ham and the rest. Dude, don't even start this. Don't even start this, man. Please don't even start this. We are as low as we can be. Don't worry, come Wednesday there might be more. Javi has no job, can't tell me we can't get him. Exactly. Allegri as well. Who is... Massimiliano Allegri. He's currently doing what? He's unemployed currently. See, Allegri currently is unemployed. Why cannot we get Allegri? Yeah, he's unemployed currently. He got sacked. So yeah, why is he... He's in charge technically in Juventus till 23-24. So why... He was. So why cannot we get Allegri, for example? He's without a club, has lots of titles. He plays 3 at the back, by the way. So that definitely would help Arsenal out a lot because we have prime options to play 3 at the back. Why not? Why the hell not? Why cannot we get Allegri? What is stopping us? What is stopping us? By the way, this over my dead body comment has his Arteta fanboys on their feet and they're saying my manager, only for him to do this. Big up Alif BL. Big up to this guy. Absolute facts. Over my dead body, yet he then produces this. Big up Matty, Southern Gunner. This manager is anti-successful. Big up Matty, by the way. Big up Matty for tweeting this. And this was the most embarrassing stat. Last shot on goal in this game was in 63rd minute. That was when it was 85th, 86th minute when this was tweeted, by the way. That was then. So you don't need a top manager. Just get a manager that wants to win. Arne Slot walked in and won first time he was late. Yeah, it doesn't take time. Based on top Gunners and Arteta, it takes time. It takes 65 phases. It takes about 95 years. You need 55 games to figure a player out and everything. But for Arne Slot, you didn't need any of that. He basically put the players in their correct places. He gave tasks to each player. He adjusted the tactics, made them more balanced compared to Klopp's, and it worked. He doesn't force Salah to track back. As long as he just said, Salah, you do your attack business. We're gonna worry about defense. And it works. Same goes for Diaz. Same goes for, what's its face? Nunez cannot say. Gakpo and all those players. Perry Groves was talking nonsense. We can beat PSG. We lost to Bournemouth tonight. How the hell can we beat PSG on Wednesday? And that is a away game as well. Get me a manager that is actually excited to work with players like Managerial and Saka, not a manager that is scared of letting the players play. Exactly, big up. Allegri is the best manager. Yeah, give me. Can't get Allegri or Javi or fucking anyone, because that would mean sacking babyface Arteta. Exactly. And that instantly means there is accountability. Because let's be real, Allegri and managers like that, they would demand stuff from the ownership and from the board. And let's be real, Arteta, as much as you say he demands stuff, he doesn't. He is a shield for the ball to some extent. He is not gonna demand. Because we saw what happened when Conte demanded stuff from Levy. He instantly was out. Same goes for Jose. He instantly was out. So you need a manager that basically challenges the board, the players, and everyone else. And that is what you need, competition. And with Andrea Berta coming in, I'm begging Arteta gets sacked after the season, and we genuinely sign Allegri or Inzaghi or Xavi or someone like that. They have a complete and utter vision together, and they actually build a proper squad. Did you know I was offered tickets to this game? 4 tickets at £40 each. I respectfully declined, so did many by the look of the empty seats. Yeah, the amount of seats that were empty today, it was actually nuts. So where are all the top Gunners? Back the manager. Back the manager. Go to the stadium. Shout Mikel Arteta, sign my t-shirt and all this stuff. Can I have your t-shirt, Mikel? Go with all those stuffs. Go, take it, go. But nobody's going. The seats are empty. Allegri is a mastermind with his formation. Yeah, the 3-5-2 he does, it's actually quite fantastic once it works properly. And Arsenal, to be honest, have the perfect things to do. We have 3 center backs. Calafiori is a left center back in the 3 at the back by default, so we can have Calafiori, Gabriel Saliba. Then you can have Timber as a right wing back, or Saka, to be honest. Then Martinelli as a left wing back, or left mid, right mids. 2 strikers you can put, for example, let's just say you sign Gyökeres and then you put Havertz even there. Why not? In the 10, well, Ødegaard, lol. But he would actually do some proper things. He would actually get the best out of players. He wouldn't box them in a tactics, in a system like a robot. He would actually let them play football. Arteta is dead going by that over my dead body crap. Yeah, exactly. He's already dead, buried about 50 times already. And he's somehow like Undertaker. Bong! And keeps getting up from there. Liverpool bus will drive over him, dude. We still have to play Newcastle and Liverpool, and that is not a good look in Premier League. Inzaghi, Simeone, Whitey. YouTube? Lol. Inzaghi, Simeone, Allegri, Xavi. There are options. Let's be real. Money talks at the end of the day. If you pay the right amount of money, you can get the proper manager. Same happened with Emirates and other managers. And let's be real. If that is the case, how comes you don't get them? You just need to pay the right amounts. Just do the right things and you will get them. Same goes for transfers. Play the right amount for the player, pay the right money for per week, and you get him. Arteta was not good enough from when he joined. He just did anybody else. The club would just think he's good, so we didn't cuss him out. To be honest, with the money he has spent, he had to do something. He had to at least get somewhere, but like he kind of has. To be honest, I'm not saying Arteta is a bad manager. I'm not saying that. But for the level that we require now, basically to get those last 5%, to go from challengers to actually winning it, Arteta is not those 5%. He can be all the 90 up to there, or 95, how you look at it. But he is not the one to get you up over those 5%. He can be good, but he is not that excellent as people are imagining. Even Man City can finish. Yeah, Man City still can finish above us. Nobody believes anymore. Heck, even Chelsea. Dude, listen to yourselves, people. I heard people saying we could not hold a 3-0 lead against Madrid. You people never had a bad day at work, or should we just forfeit Wednesday's game now? Against Real Madrid, nobody had any expectations for us. Not at home, not away. Everyone said Arsenal won't do it, and we did it. Solely because we had no pressure on us. Against PSG, it's completely opposite. Everyone has expectations with 10 times more pressure than we had against Real Madrid. And all of a sudden, that once the pressure has risen, we are folding. Same goes in Premier League. The pressure on Arteta is to finish second now, all of a sudden. And as you saw, we just folded. That's why he yielded his best 11 he can put out there right now. Marlon, excuse me, but Allegri has a reasonable CV, including 5 league titles for Juventus. True. You cannot lose 2 home games in a row and then turn it away from home. There is not enough firepower in this squad to warrant a turnaround. These players have no energy and zip in their game. Yeah. They are not allowed to be themselves. How the hell could people back Arteta? Well, big up G Wheels once again. If Arteta had Yamal, he would bench for him. Then sold. Arteta kills attackers, Nelly and Saka. Yeah, to be honest, big up for this. We cannot have success under this manager who is obsessed with control. That is a big thing, because the attack gradually has gone worse under Mikel Arteta. Because as soon as he got Aubameyang, he ruined him. He ruined Lacazette. We had one season where we scored. We had Saka, Ødegaard, Martinelli firing on all cylinders. Even Arteta himself said that it is an anomaly. It's a miracle we did it without a striker. And since then, it all has basically performance-wise has gone downwards until this season, where even the output physically is quite in the gutter. And let's be real, Arteta doesn't like flashy players. I remember the videos when he just came into Arsenal and Lacazette was doing back heel pass sometimes, a flick, and Arteta genuinely took the ball, ran up to Lacazette and said, no. No flicks, no skills, no flair, just basics, guys. Basics, guys, just basics, guys. I remember that. And if we had a player like Yamal, as G. Wills is saying, Yamal either would become a boxed player that basically half of his talent gets ruined, or he would get sold, because Yamal actually has ambition. He has actually flair and ability. Arsenal fans on YouTube could manage the Arsenal team better. Okay, I wouldn't go that far, but it's very unique that the fan base see problems already years in advance compared to the club. That is quite unique, I'm not gonna lie. If they sack Arteta, then who will pick as who I would pick? I would pick Inzaghi, Allegri, potentially Xavi, and obviously if Flick was available, I would take him. There are possibilities as long as we pay. I know Allegri is good, but why the hell would he come to Arsenal with this trash management? The big thing is, If we offered Allegri about 11, 12 million, right? And the board, Kroenkes, promised him, let's just say 250, 200 to 250 million, plus the money he gets from sales, and he would be working together with Andrea Berta. And looking at the base we have in the team, I still believe we have a very good team. It's made for attacking, not park the bus tactics as Arteta is doing, of course. I think Allegri actually would come. Pause. But he definitely would. Although fans generally like that we are just nearly fans. Yeah, that is the case. Sell for mediocrity. You're never gonna get disappointed. Have glass half full or half empty. And all the fans are glass half full because that satisfies them. For people that actually have ambition in life, glass is always half empty. Because they want to strive for the other half as well. Lacazette looking like gold right now, to be honest. Big up Brent Elzora, big up. Yeah, he's doing well at Lyon. He always does well at Lyon. Obviously, it's annoying that he kinda cost Lyon the Europa League against United. It's kind of pissing me off, but it is what it is. But Lacazette is doing well there. Arteta got rid of Lacazette, just he without, but yeah, it did get rid of both of them. And he ruined both of them first and then got rid of them. He always says these things. Inexcusable, poor performance, we were not good enough, small margins, we move forward as a team, and all the support. He always says these things. He has said nothing new if that is the case. Brother, I don't care. I know the next manager would do everything to keep his job. This means he would win, especially with this squad. Exactly. It's actually quite pathetic not winning with this squad. And I don't know if you were here in the beginning of the stream when I said this, but this Arsenal team, low-key, reminds me of Belgium under Martinez. Because prime Belgium, Hazards, KDBs, Lukaku, Vermaelen, Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Courtois, Witsel, and all these guys, prime guys, right? And they won nothing. They did almost nothing. They got to quarterfinals, okay, cool. Semifinals, okay, cool. But at the end of the day, they legitimately won nothing under Martinez, Roberto Martinez, who is now Portugal national team manager. That's what Arsenal reminded me of under Mikel Arteta. Always, they have massive potential, massive ability, but due to manager, his lack of tactics, lack of ambition, a lack of management, always coming up short. And when the moments came to the biggest pressure, the team always folded. That's what it feels like at the moment under Arsenal. Genuinely, that's what it feels under Arsenal as well, and ironically both are Spanish managers. People generally think Arteta is the top manager, but bro, worse than Lampard and Chelsea. To be honest, Lampard was a bit of a yikes one there, wasn't it? He said that this Chelsea team cannot win anything, it's not good enough. Then Tuchel came in and won 3 trophies with them. Today Arteta's tactics were terrible, dude. To say the least, even before the tactics were awful. Even games before. Arteta makes so many excuses. Exactly. Screw that shit. Big up Comp2 at 5. What about offering 8 or 10 million pound or euro for Simeone Inzaghi? A year, I think we can get. Exactly. Inzaghi at the moment is on what, 8-9 million at Inter? Offer him about 12 and he will most likely come. Let's be real. Damn, that's a great shout. You mean about the Belgium thing or what? Or about what? Just here to make the club terrible. Now ESPN is asking if Man City can finish second. They can finish second. I can't lie, they can. There is a big possibility of that happening as well. Isn't Solskjaer Besiktas manager currently? I think Solskjaer is at Besiktas. So, no, but Nagelsmann, I wouldn't say no. Yeah, big up. Big up, big up. That's what it feels like, at least for me currently. Inzaghi should be on the list just like Xabi or Allegri. Yeah, 100%. Slut walk this league like it was nothing. Exactly. Like, with his eyes closed, what it feels like. Arteta is his own worst enemy. On many levels, let's not go lie. With signings and tactics and ideas and everything. No Manchester United X. Exactly. But I think, what's its face, Solskjaer at the moment is Besiktas manager, isn't he? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Because I remember him being at the Besiktas manager. I might be tripping here, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a Besiktas manager, isn't he? Solskjaer. Yeah, he's a Besiktas manager. Even if we could afford him, we cannot. Wait, wrong screen, my bad. Quite embarrassing to say the least. Even Conte would be good. Yeah, Conte would be good, but he's at the moment 6 points on top of the league in Serie A, so why would he come here? Imagine Conte, first season, gets rid of Kvaratskhelia, of Osimhen, signs McTominay and Billing. He has gotten rid of his two best players, he has signed Lukaku back, and he has made Billing and McTominay look like one of the two best midfielders in the league, and he's still winning the league against Inter Milan. City will finish second. I actually want to miss Champions League football while under pressure. Under pressure we usually fall, that is the biggest issue. Sign Xavi on a 2-year contract. Could do that, 100% could do it. Conte, Xavi, Allegri, Gasperini. I think Gasperini is too past it. Gasperini has said himself he is not going to coach out of Italy. I think at some point he's going to retire himself because he's 70 plus, isn't he? So I don't think that is a possible, but it is what it is. Europa League would be good for us. Dude, you say that, but I'm not too sure. Someone said this in the comments yesterday on the stream. PSG would walk Europa League at the current stage with their eyes closed. And then I asked a counter question. If Arsenal is as good as the top gooners want to think, and Arteta is the best manager since sliced bread, could we do it? And for me, answer is no chance in hell. That for me is the biggest issue. 0 Champions Leagues, yeah. 0 Champions Leagues. Conte managed around with Tottenham and Chelsea, no thanks. Need to take this bias aside as well, because you wouldn't have said no to Sol Campbell, let's be real. You are not saying no to Harry Kane as well in the same level. Must be a City fan. Dude. There needs to be pressure on this shit coach. There should be, is there? Nobody knows. Club might act once we drop out of Champions League. We said that before, but it wasn't the case with Wenger, was it? But Wenger had credit in the bank at the same time. Wenger left, I think, 5 years too late. I'm not gonna lie. But for Arteta, he needs to go despite everything, personally for me. Arteta needs to leave despite everything. Arteta had his time. It's clear that he can't get us over the line. It's boring now. He has to go. Exactly. He's, as I said, he's like Brendan Rodgers. Although it's kind of insult to Brendan Rodgers because he just won the Scottish League with Celtic as well. So kind of insulting Brendan Rodgers there. He's not good enough. United got Champions League. They could. If they win Europa League this season, they will. We must get an established coach, some with some league cups. Yeah, we need an established name who has won it. Pretty much all. Won it all, I would say. The Europa League, fucking hell. League, cups, even Champions League. We need someone who has the experience how to navigate this competition, how to get through it, how to, in tough situations, get it over the line. Because let's be real, this manager has none of that. Man, just get Kroenke out. At some point they should. Arteta can't lead us to a line. He can't. Genuinely cannot. To be honest, League Cups which haven't won in 2000 days. We haven't won FA Cup in 5.5 years. Haven't won League in 22 years. Well, 21 years. Haven't won Carabao Cup in 33 years. I think it was 92 the last time we won it. 32 years, fucking hell. And Champions League, well, the less said than better. Let's be real. For a big club, it's a fucking disgrace, man. We need some fucking silver. Exactly. We are good in Premier. No, we're not. We're nowhere near. By the way, I think he's just rage baiting, just like people on Twitter, so don't get carried away with this. Marlon. Don't get carried away with that. I think he's just rage baiting. Because Arsenal definitely are not good in Premier League. There's maybe handful of games when we have been good. This season, not just Premier League, this season. Handful of games, and that is saying a lot, isn't it? So it is what it is, but yeah. Utter and total embarrassment today. Arsenal screw it up, Arteta screws it up, plays the best 11, still mucks it up. More pain added to Arsenal's fan base, let's be real. And at the same time, you know, it feels like Arsenal are a social experiment at the end of the day, you know? Like, it's like how much pain a fan base can endure until they either give up or they rise above against the system. It feels like that, like sometimes. We know we aren't good enough because we got Arteta, we haven't won shit in years, and only big club not winning shit in 5-6 years, not even. Exactly. Exactly. Chelsea have won stuff whilst Arteta is here and could win Conference League. United have won 2 trophies already in the last 2 years, and this could be third trophy in 3 years if they win it. Liverpool have won the league. That's the said less than bear. City, by the way, worst City season in last decade, and they still can win the FA Cup, by the way. And there's a chance they're gonna finish above us, by the way. There's a possibility that Crystal Palace can win the FA Cup. Eddie Nketiah and Matt Turner can win the FA Cup and lift the trophy. Imagine those scenes. Possibility of Spurs winning the Europa League. And we genuinely gonna be screwed if Spurs win a European trophy before us. Then it's gonna get peaked to maximum extent, I'm not gonna lie. But it is what it is. I guess we are the only big 6 team and top 6 team who basically has nothing. No coach should get more than 3 years unless they win a Champions League, which gets them another year max. Exactly. I can understand having a coach for, let's just say, 6-7 years if you win consistently. Cups, leagues, Champions Leagues, big trophies, right? However, if you go on a 5-year trophy drought, which is more than half than Wenger ever did in 9-year trophy drought, and it's the second longest trophy drought up after Wenger did it than it was in 90s, if I'm not mistaken, he should be gone by default. Even Tottenham could win a trophy with no choice, shut up and watch Tottenham make fun of us. And that's a European trophy. It's gonna be Europa League. They will say, oh, but you couldn't even win it. Nobody cared the league was stronger or weaker. They did it at the end of the day. They did it. That's the worst part, which we couldn't do it. Two attempts, 2 times balled it. Well, good luck with that. Good luck. Good luck in Europa League. You should be getting at least into the finals. That is the first game. Obviously, Spurs have played you 3 times. In the last 3 games, Spurs have beat you. But knowing Spurs, when it matters the most, they will shit the bed. So you most likely, if you get Spurs in the final, you're going to beat them. Against Bodo Glimt, that would be an interesting one, I'm not going to lie. In my opinion, the players get Arteta here, not other way around. Each time the players need their manager, he lets them down. No plan B, no in-game adjustments, no tactic changes. Yeah, manager is a massive failure in that regard. And I slightly get the feeling that players are getting sick of Mikel Arteta's bullshit as well. Kinda get the feeling sometimes when Arteta shouts at them and you look there on their face expressions, how they dictate things, it looks like they just are also getting sick of his shit. It feels that way slowly. Big up. Good luck. Good luck. Obviously, as an Arsenal fan, it pains me to say good luck because you can actually win a trophy, the 3rd one in 3 years, and you can get to the 4th final in 3 years. But hey, the game is the game. Football comes at you fast, isn't it? With Arsenal aboard, as long as you bring money in the game. Could be the case, but with Berta coming in, potentially with Garlic getting a big role, it could change. It could... No, Tim Lewis, I know. Or Garlic, I think it was Lewis. It could change. I think people continues defend this average coach is crazy. Exactly. Bro, remix my GOAT song and this the best. Yeah, Expressions is a mad one, isn't it? What do you prefer, Sterling or something? Obviously Saka. What do you mean prefer Sterling at this current stage? It's obviously Saka. What even question is that? Why is Arteta shouting and waving on the sideline? The other coaches don't do this. I don't like helping the team to win. Exactly. The more he waves and does the YMCA on the sidelines, landing traffical airplanes and all this crap, I think it more confuses them and sells more panic into the players and helps them in general. That also kind of looks that way. Because I get nervous when I see him all the time. All this jazz doing. Really pisses me off. Seriously, he could land Boeing 747s with his eyes closed by this stage. These damn Arteta fangirls, man, piss the fuck raining the club. Saka obviously can see when you have fan. Big up Joseph. Big up Arsenal management should do the right thing by signing the necessary players for Arteta by releasing enough money for this summer transfer window. Let's watch till next season. Netflix FC, boys. If next season, always there is next season. Give him more money. It's not enough that he has spent 750 million already. Let's give him extra so he has a full billion spent and everything. No accountability for the manager, for the players, for the board or anyone. Just give him more money. That is signs of degenerate gambler, by the way. Doesn't matter if you lose or win. Basically, you lose all the time. Just give me more money so I can just ding, 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 just goes down the drain. Listen, I can't hate any team that's going to win a trophy. Exactly. That, for me, is the biggest pain. The pain is that it's usually our fiercest rivals that do that. I want maximum toxicity at this club. Dude, that would be kind of nuts. It needs to get to anger level. To be honest, didn't you see, I already put this out today, that someone from the stadium tweeted this. Rough scenes at the Emirates. Fans fighting next to me at the Norback. Loud boos directed to Mikel Arteta as well. There is some friction by the looks of things. If TV content gonna be fire now, this will make their crap content good. Yeah, more money though. 700 million is not enough money. Exactly, that is the biggest thing. He had enough money and time. He felt give the money to someone else. It's time to a different approach with different manager. Exactly, and for me personally, best 45 or 30 million our Arsenal can spend this summer window is sacking Mikel Arteta and signing a new manager. Those are the best money we can spend. It's Mikel Arteta. 5.5 years of buying dogs, of pickpocketing his own players, squeezing lemons, blasting You'll Never Walk Alone, losing against Spurs, scooping win the dog poop, filming all for nothing documentary, landing airplanes on the pitch sides, talking about tactics, painting murals, and conquering wives, sharing wives, and all the Mikel Arteta has done and everything. And not signing necessary players, signing championship, mid-table level or lower end level players as the backups to some very good players, and then putting out tactics that basically at best can get you a squashy in the mall. 700 million down the drain, song hitting right now. Man City fans must feel good. Exactly. To be honest, I read already that Man City are planning to spend about 300 million already this summer extra. So, hey, they gonna be back. Bro, shut down the shit at the worst manager found time. United maybe got Watkins. You might get Watkins already, though I'm reading, you might get also Osimhen. If you get Champions League, by the way, you might get Gyökeres. That is the nuts part, because Gyökeres is 65 million and he wants Champions League football. So if you win the Europa League final and you get into Champions League, you actually might get Gyökeres. There are talks about that. There is Osimhen who is on the cards, although it looks like Galatasaray might steal it from you. Højlund might go, and you will get some sort of a striker at some point. Incoming corner, take Rice off. Arteta is a genius. Exactly. Your big up usual suspect. There is that. Yeah, and you could see that Ødegaard said, Rice said, oh fuck, Ødegaard is on the corner. You could see that on his face. But yeah, I think we have talked enough, we have waffled enough, we have been in pain for long enough, I think. Why is Ødegaard still on set pieces? Why does he walk to the drop balls? Why is he on... To be honest, he sent away Rice from set piece. They were 4 people, Zinchenko, Ødegaard, and 2 more people on the set piece ball. Then Ødegaard had to take it. It took 1.5 minutes to discuss the situation, how it's gonna play out. Only thing that happened, he spanked the ball into the wall. Tactics, guys, tactics. Why the fuck Ødegaard's even still starting? Exactly. But anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna end it today. Been live for, what, hour and a half nearly? So big up to you all. You have been quite fantastic. If you haven't already, smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Leave your thoughts down in comments below if you're watching this as a playback. I'm gonna see you all tomorrow. It will be interesting to see what tomorrow brings, but for today I'm gonna head out. Hopefully our Arsenal haven't hurt you too much. Try to vent, try to relax. Tomorrow is a new day, and hopefully we are not enduring more pain, because if Newcastle win and teams below us win that are legitimately a few points behind us, it will get extra big. So take care, stay safe, and see you all tomorrow.